cry until we get trapped. Can I tell you a secret? If you was crying out to him before you got trapped, you would have never got trapped. Sorry, that wasn't even on my little piece of paper. So the children of Israel looked up and saw that they were trapped and cried out to the Lord. Then they asked Moses, why did you bring us out of here? It would have been better if we stayed in Egypt than to be trapped in the desert and die. I don't have no help up in here. Well, what's your point? I'm so glad you asked. Many of us want to be free, but don't nobody want to go through the process of being free. I don't have no help up in here. See, the children of Israel, they wanted to be free, but they didn't like the process that they had to go through in order to be free. Some of us up in here, we want to be free, but don't want to go through the process. I heard somebody say, well, you want my pulpit time, but you don't want my study time. Oh, it's okay. I used to be slow too, so let me break it down. You want the degree, but you don't want to go to school all 4 years. You want to sleep with me, but you don't want to put a ring on it. I don't have no help up in here. You want to stick your key in my ignition, but you don't want to put no gas in my car. For you to be free, you gotta go through the process. Somebody slap your name and say you gotta go through the process. Check this out. Being free and going through the process may sometimes be a disappointment to us. Say yes, it is. I know. But what I've learned was, in the face of my disappointment, I'm about to teach you right here. What I've learned was, in the face of my disappointment, before I resign to hopeless despair, before I give up as often as I wanted to, before I throw up the peace sign and say, holla at your girl, I ask myself, is my disappointment God's appointment? Yeah. See, I've learned to turn my disappointment into His appointment. Now, don't get me wrong, young people. That doesn't mean that in the face of tragedy and in the face of tribulation, we fold our hands and say, well, if it's the Lord's will, if it's the will of God, then I must bear it. Nah, sugar pie, honey bun. Yeah, it may be that your disappointment is the will of God. Even if it is, that doesn't mean we should give up and stop there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Moses told the children of Israel, he said, stand and see. He didn't say, stand, give up, and quit. But he said, stand and see. Stand and see. Come on, say it with me. Stand and see. One more time, because I like the way it sounds. Stand and see. That word and signifies that there's something on the other side. Y'all don't know where to shout. That was a good place to shout right there. I said that word and signifies that there's something on the other side. Slap your neighbor and say, don't give up now. There's an end to your situation. I don't have no help up in here. Don't give up now because there's an end to your situation. See, you're traveling down a certain road in life. Suddenly a block is in your way. It may be God saying, I cannot let you go further that way. But that is never God's final word. He may say, I can't let you go further that way, but I have another way for you to go. God's way never comes to a dead end. He may change our direction, y'all, but there's always an open road for us. Well, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, don't place a period where God has placed a comma. Simple. I'm sorry, I can't break it down to you. I got no Greek words and nothing like that. I'm just simple with it. Don't place a period where God has placed a comma. Let me tell you. We all, we took English class. They taught us what a period means. A period, when you see a period, that means to stop. It's the end of it. But when you see a comma, it simply means to pause. Come on. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Come on. Don't place a period where God has placed a comma. See, you are ready to give up. You have become comfortable in your entrapment. You've been doing wrong for so long that you think wrong is right. You said it's over. The fact that it is finished. You said it's done. But God stepped in and took His Holy Ghost eraser and erased your period and put a comma and said, stand, pause, hold up, I'm about to save you. I don't have no help up in here. See, God wants you middle child, almost. I am the middle child, but it's another one too. She a middle child too. But before my younger sister was born, we used to play much in the middle. My brother, he's the oldest. Then my sister, she older than me too. Then it was me. So of course they always made me be the monkey in the middle. So then they kept throwing the ball. These are the living room. We got in trouble that day too. They kept throwing the ball back and forth, throw the ball, and I just kept jumping up. And every time I was running back and forth, jumping up, and I never was able to catch the ball. So my brother, he got tired of me losing. So he finally said, "Sister, if you would just stand still and lift your hands when you see the ball coming, you'll be able to catch it." When you see that God is trying to deliver you, God can't come and grab you if you going here and going left, listen to Pookie, then listen to Nene, going there and going here, going to church Friday, coming to church Sunday. God cannot save you if you're going every which way. But he said if you would just stop and lift your hands. If you would just stop and lift your hands, that's when I will be able to grab you and lift you up out of your entrapment. I don't